Episode 6. It was quite the episode when Kuchi Jong made her appearance in this story. Perhaps it would also be suitable to call it an unforeseen happening. It was an afternoon in midsummer. After an abrupt rain, Jingfan headed out shopping together with Koichi to buy a present for his father's birthday. Jingfan, in all honesty, was less than enthusiastic about activities like this that did not involve studying. But with Koichi patiently sticking to his guns and constantly promising it's only for today, she reluctantly agreed to go with him in the end. The two of them made plans to visit the city department store together on a Saturday afternoon, but directly after they left the school gates, it suddenly became a torrential downpour. Since summer showers are known for coming and going in the blink of an eye, what resulted 30 minutes later was a scene in which the ground washed in rainwater sparkled vividly as the bright sun showed its face once again. The sun shower quickly morphed into clear skies and spread out above them. The two managed to avoid getting caught in the surprise rain, but after becoming just a little damp, they decided to seek shelter to prevent the dreadful feeling of wet clothes sticking to their skin. However, while running across the slushy mud, Jingfan tripped and fell, which dirtied up their clothes. Seeing how ridiculous they both looked, they were forced to head back to their rooms briefly to change. As Jingfan stepped into the foyer of her dormitory, she heard a sugary voice from behind her. "Well, if it isn't Jingfan, long time no see." Turning around, she found that she was being approached by Kuchi Jong, who was known as the most beautiful girl in school. This was the worst timing to run into someone like Kuchi Jong, considering how muddy she was. "Crap," Jingfan whispered under her breath. At a school heavily populated by male students, one may even consider it appropriate to call Kuchi Jong a celebrity. Well, rather, it may be more accurate to call her the eye candy of the school. Most likely every student knew her name, from the exchange students at the School of Classical Chinese to the underclassmen who still failed to remember even the chancellor's name. The reason? She possessed a gorgeous face which made all the men fall in love and all the girls jealous. Her first encounter with Kuchi Jong happened the night of the university's welcome ceremony for the new students. It was an enjoyable night. While Jingfan, Xinlan, and Li had all become sophomores, they sat among the new students and told their underclassmen about interesting school gossip, rumors about the professors, as well as other fun university stories. Their conversations turned into laughter, and the people listening started growing more and more hyper until Kuchi Jong casually stepped into the venue. The second Kuchi Jong made her appearance, the liveliness that had been brewing in the room unbelievably came to an abrupt halt. The calendar showed September. The breeze that blew cooler by the day hinted that autumn was coming soon. Kuchi Jong made her appearance known in the venue wearing a miniskirt as red as burning flames. In September, frosty leaves are as red as February flowers, which was an accurate description of this view. During harvesting season, as the silkworm grows old, the wheat turns half yellow, and she also gave off a faint aroma of cassia flowers in all stages of autumn, lotus flowers stretching across several miles. Furthermore, her face was that of astounding beauty, a face that no other school had. Her hair was curly like an ocean wave that streamed softly down onto her shoulders, and her red skirt exaggerated the curves in her body for the purpose of arousing the surrounding onlookers. She flashed her sex appeal using those long, slender eyes with raised outlines, combined with her excellent white skin that almost seemed transparent. Anyone to make eye contact with her gorgeous eyes would fall deep into her seductive illusion, believing that she had come to start a party just for them. Immediately, all the cheers and laughter ceased. Everyone had their vision locked on Kuchi Jong, and all the noise in the room escaped out the door. Her perfect looks, attractive feminine qualities, and charming aura left everyone else paralyzed. When compared with the ordinary girls in attendance that had yet to bloom, Kuchi-jung's sexiness appeared to increase by several notches as she captured the hearts of all the boys before they could even blink. Pretty girls were not such a rarity at this university, but it was quite uncommon to emit such an air that only stylish, matured women possessed. She was not an ordinary girl. In that moment, everyone in the room was shaken to their core by her presence. Jingfan was one of those people as well. Upon seeing Kuchi-jung, Jingfan remembered the poems of Bai Juyi. She could not hide her natural charm, and her coquetry showed as she smiled and batted her eyes, to which the powdered ladies in the other 6 palaces paled in comparison. She understood for the first time just how captivating the beautiful women described in those poems must have been, and that the words of those old poets were not merely exaggerations. That night, with the appearance of Kuchi-jung, all the other girls simply blended into the background. Every day from that night onward, several handsome, attractive boys continued appearing before the girls' dormitory, showing off their individual talents in order to catch her eye. Some simply waited impatiently outside while carrying 999 roses, while some romanticists sang and played the guitar to flaunt their musical skills. Countless boys who initially appeared to have no sense of how to captivate a girl's heart somehow morphed into romantic experts, coming to the girls' dormitory one after another with their bouquets to impose their love songs that everyone grew tired of hearing, and love poems that everyone became sick of reading. It was all for her, the dreamy idol Kuchi-jung, whose undecorated face alone was enough to steal people's hearts. With only a wink, smile, or snap of her fingers, she was able to make all the boys bow down before her. However, despite being viewed as a goddess by the boys, Kuchi-jung was always treated as an outcast by the female students. This was obviously bound to happen. After all, it is only natural for 18-year-old girls to envy others for their beauty and yearn for attention from boys. Unfortunately, however, from the time humans are born into the world, there is a variance in beauty versus ugliness, as well as wisdom versus foolishness. Having a stunning face admired by the boys is an unforgivable sin in the eyes of other girls. For this reason, the appearance of Kuchi-jung was always marked with a mixture of compliments from boys and jealous glares from the girls. On the other hand, Jingfan was different in that she had been born with an open-hearted personality. Even when meeting a beautiful girl, she would feel neither threatened nor jealous. Because of her indifference, Li and the others exaggerated about her having the heart of a saint. Li had even asked Jingfan out of curiosity about how she was able to interact so cordially with Kuchi-jung. Until Kuchi-jung came to the university, Xinlan, Jingfan, and one other female student from the English language department were known as the Three Beauties. Jingfan was especially popular for her excellent academics, often called the beauty with a brain. She was everyone's idol prior to the arrival of the dazzling Kuchi-jung, but her spotlight was taken and she lost her popularity. To everyone around, it appeared as though Kuchi-jung had taken Jingfan Qin's position and stolen her thunder. Nonetheless, Jingfan strangely chose to befriend her arch-nemesis. They were certainly not best friends, of course, but compared to the ice-cold treatment the other girls inflicted upon Kuchi-jung, it was shocking how Jingfan was able to converse with her so civilly. Jingfan was not the type to describe herself as beautiful, and she found it absurd that she had been labeled as the beauty with a brain. Thus, ever since the arrival of the authentic beauty Kuchi-jung, Jingfan saw it as an opportunity for an imposter like herself to finally retire from her position. The others around her found it incredibly odd how she simply accepted this, but her humbleness gained her the additional popularity among the girls in the dormitory. Meanwhile, Kuchi-jung boasted about her beautiful face that she wore with pride and subsequently became even more hated. With her unselfish personality, Jingfan was not one to voluntarily pursue an image. She did not believe in judgment based on outward appearances only. Thus, she was totally indifferent about being the beauty with a brain among the three beauties. She refrained from acting with prejudice or envy towards Kuchi-jung. She accepted her and did not judge her for being beautiful. Kuchi-jung was the exact opposite, however. She talked and laughed with Jingfan normally when they were together, but behind closed doors, she always saw Jingfan as her competition, her rival.